Hi guys, welcome back. Today we're talking about problem set or lesson 59. We're gonna be talking about proportions with fractions, proportions with fraction. Again, a fraction is just a ratio and a proportion is comparing two ratios, aka comparing two fractions. So that's exactly what we're doing here. We're comparing this fraction to this fraction. Now, I love it when we have fraction equals fraction because we can cross multiply. So what does that mean for us? It means we take x and we multiply it by 5/8. So we end up with 5/8 x equals, and then so we multiply this times this equals this times this. I'm going to write that all the way down. 2/3 times 1/5. So what we end up with is 5/8 x equals, and we multiply straight across the top, straight across the bottom. 2/15. Now, I'm going to rewrite this over here because I thought I'd be clever and write everything beforehand, so you didn't have to see me write. However, I didn't give myself enough room. So when it looks like this guy here, now we want to get that x by itself, and it's currently 5/8 times x, which means the opposite of multiply is divide, but we never divide fractions. We multiply by the reciprocal, 8/5. Multiply this by 8/5. These guys cancel out, and I get x all by itself. But what I do to one side, I have to do to the other. Looking at this guy, I can't see anywhere where I need to reduce, cross cancel, right? So I'm going to multiply straight across the top, gives me 16, and straight across the bottom gives me 45. 15 times 5, 75, 45, not 45, that's 3. So 75, 16 out of 75, and that is your answer. Okay, so taking a look here again, just one more time, we're going to cross multiply. This times this gives me 2/5x equals this times this, and I'm going to write that down. 3/4 times 1/3. Now here, it looks like I can cross cancel those guys. So I end up with 1/4. So 2/5 x equals 1/4. 2/5 times x, the opposite of multiplying is dividing, but we never divide fractions. We multiply by the reciprocal. Multiply this by 5/2. This cancels out, get that x all nice and by itself, equals, multiply straight across the top, I get 5, straight across the bottom, I get 8. I don't see anywhere where I could cross cancel. I wanted to look at that first, and sure enough, I can't reduce that, so that is my answer. All right, guys, so here are your practice problems. They are on page 190. So go ahead and do those, come on back, pause the video, do those, come on back, make sure you got them right. Okay, cross multiply, so I get 3x equals, oh, what is that? What even is that? Let's try that again. 3/2 x equals 1/4 times 1/5 is gonna give me 1/20. Multiply this by 2/3, multiply this by 2/3, cross cancel, 1, 10. These guys canceled out. X equals 1 times 1 is 1. 10 times 3 is 30. All right. For this guy, I get this times this times this. So I end up with 1/6 y equals this times this gives me 2/15. Notice I'm skipping that step where I wrote it down. See back here, I wrote this step down like this. You don't have to do that if you don't want to, or if you need to, you can. I'm skipping it and doing it in my head. Or you can do a little side work, like 2/3 times 1/5 would give me 2/15. Okay, so 2/15. Multiply by the reciprocal, which is 6/1. Cancel, cancel, times 6/1. Y equals, I can see some cross canceling I can do here. If I divide this by 3, I get 2. Divide this by 3, I get 5. Okay, so upstairs I get 4. 2 times 2 is 4. Downstairs I get 5. If you did not reduce it, it is incorrect. Thank you, sirs and ma'ams. I don't know why it's sirs. Okay, so I have no idea. I do know that I need a sharper pencil. I'll be delighted when I can find my eraser or my sharpener. Okay, this times this equals this times this. So we get 1/2 x equals, little side work, 2/1 times 1/8 gives me 2/8, which reduces down to 1/4. You see how I did that over there? A little side work there. If you don't, you can do it off to the side or you can do it straight in the problem, doesn't matter. The x, we're going to multiply this by the reciprocal, 2 over 1 times 2 over 1. Let's say I forget to cross cancel here. That's fine. I end up with 2 over 4, which reduces down to 1/2. X equals 1/2. All right, here we get 1/5 x equals 7. This is over 1, right, if you need to turn it into a fraction. So I get 7 over 3, because this times this. Multiply this by 5 over 1 times 5 over 1. These cancel out. X equals 35 over 3. Now I can turn that into an improper fraction, so let's do some side work. 3, 35. That goes in 1 time, gives me 3. Subtract, bring down 5. 3 goes into 5 1 time. 3 with a remainder of 2, so 2/3. Or 3, or, whoops, not 3. 11 2/3. All right, there are your answers. If you have any questions, let me know. Otherwise, great work, guys.